Good morning, everyone. This is Bremster, and I'm kind of in the mood to just wake up with a little bit of last Epoch. The sessions I played last night went really well, and because of that, I just want to do a little bit more. I've got some other gaming I want to do today, but I thought it would be fun to just start with trying to get grind out some XP and maybe complete a couple more timelines. I thought that would be fun. So I was trying the Black Sun. So I was trying the Empowered Black Sun. Hey, Butterfly! I am looking at finishing Copycat in a bit. But I just wanted something a bit more brain dead to play while I woke up. Arena Key of Memory. So these are items that I could potentially slam to get an upgrade on this. But that is already pretty good. And actually what I should be doing, but I'll do it after this run, which is nearly done. Gold. What I should potentially be doing I could try and slam these, or I could try and slam for something else that's good. But what I should be trying to do is actually looking at this. Putting this into my final build area and then putting in. Now the Mad Alchemist ladle has 2 LP on it, which is potentially amazing, particularly considering if I can get something with mana and crit strike chance. Not multiplier, although that's good. So what I would need to do, if I wanted to slam that, try and chaos that, and then again, that's gone badly, because now I've got one chance. Ooh. And on suffixes, I want lightning pen if I can. So what I do is I use this on this. And then I go to my glyph of hope. And I pick lightning penetration. I need another lightning penetration shard. Do I not have any more lightning pen shards? I should have... I think I used the wrong one. It's too late now. But, though it doesn't say that, so no, it's lightning penetration ends. That was the right one. So what I want to do is I want to add to my loot filter, show with emphasize, affix, lightning penetration, confirm, update. Now, did I actually put an emphasize on that? Yes. And I'm actually going to put a recolor to white. And now let's try and get that last lightning pen and then try and slam it onto the Mad Alchemist ladle. That's okay. Wow, that was a weird VOD. I liked it though. It's a weird game. I wouldn't call it a game as much as I would call it a storytelling experience. Like it's an interactive storybook.
I cannot do that.
I like Shrines of Chaos, they're fun. Yeah, it's a... Just be aware that I would call it a an interactive storybook more than I would call it a game. Nothing wrong with that. But just know going in what it is you're getting. That has tier 7 of increased lightning damage. Void resistance and health. What has my current belt got? Mana regen and lightning damage. With void resistance. And I'm way over on void resistance. That belt might be an upgrade. Not remembering the lightning pen. Okay. So, that belt. So, on belt, lightning damage is great. The void resistance is good. If I can get cooldown recovery instead of health, which I've got on the current one. I could then add mana to the belt, maybe. Can you add mana to belts? What can I add to belts? Mana regen. Oh, not much at all. Oh, this is why. And cooldown recovery is the primary one you want. So maybe that's not actually worth doing. I mean, the lightning damage is good. The void resistance is low. The cooldown recovery speed's not bad. The lightning damage is good. The max mana regen, yeah, 436. The cold resistance is not great. The difference would be this would give me more potion slots, but that's not a big deal either. I'm just going to put that in my belt. I'm going to make this stash cab CO for Ascend. And I'm going to put these in. going to sell those boots. Right. Okay.
Take care.
Let's try the boss. I think this has the chance to go terribly wrong. Because I am terrible at this.
You understand nothing, traveler.
I cannot do that.
Uh-oh. Okay. It's another Siphon of Anguish, which I don't need. But, cool. There is a harbinger nearby. Titan Heart is not one of the ones I want. Let's close that out so I can kill this thing.
I cannot do that.
Oh dear. Increase crit strike with lightning skills. That's great. And mana and armor. That's good too. The rolls aren't great though. But the elemental resistance is keeping my lightning up. The fire resistance I definitely do not need. Oh, that's good for the mana though, that one. But that's going to have mana on it as well. I'm going to try this, if I can. No, I don't... Yeah, I can put that there. And that there. And then I'm going to come over to here. Into the final build. And I'm going to put these up here. COF for Ascend. No, that's not a COF for Ascend. This is the COF for Ascend. And then these get solved.
Take care.
The crackle is the heart of this build. Everything go crackle.
I cannot do that.
Ow. Notice how you can't see a thing?
I cannot do that.
He just charged over the gap. That was rather impressive, wasn't it?
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
Also a harbinger nearby.
I cannot do that.
Okay. Just going to empower it and see what happens. It's another one of those poison ones, so I could be in trouble. Now, do not have another lightning pen shard. Okay. But I'm getting good XP.
I cannot do that. Fools! I cannot do that.
Really?
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
Why is that good? Lightning penetration with light. Oh, lightning penetration with lightning. So it's got lightning. Oh, that's not the reason though. 40% of damage done to mana before health. I don't know why that is good. I'm just going to shatter that. I got an amulet, a death rattle, which is not one that I want. And over here, I got gold. Gold, 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 gold. And now I can try the boss, which I don't remember, but I have fought this season. Oh, it's this. And I think I did it with a harbinger because I'm an idiot. First of all, it's a boss I don't like. And second of all, I tried it with a harbinger at the end. Let's see how well I do. This could be fun.
Behold, the dawn of the black sun. My shadow will cover this world once more.
I cannot do that.
Pathetic.
I cannot do that.
This hate, this
Cannot do
despair,
that.
oblivion, burn.
I can.
Changes anything. This world is a dead god for a dead world.
Cannot do that.
Blackened sky.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
Yeah. Didn't think I was going to pull that off. Because there's just too much. There's another frozen. So let's try this guy again without the harbinger. And now I'll fail on the boss.
Behold, the dawn of the black sun.
That went poorly.
My shadow will cover this world once more.
Crap! I'm out of sync with it and I can't get back on.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
My
I
red
cannot do that. I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
this hate, this despair, oblivion burn.
Yeah, told you I couldn't pull it off a second time.
Do you deny it?
Overkill by 56. I just find there's too much. Like, if you've got any form of visual disability, which I do, they just put too much effects in. It's like there's too much going on at once. They're all too close together. So you can't recover from the visual noise of the first effect before the second effect is in place.
My shadow will cover this world once more.
I cannot do
Yeah, and if you get out of sync, I don't know what you do. If I stand still, I get hit. That effect is just really bad, and I can't do it again. I've run out of... Yeah, it's deliberately designed so you can't see anything. And then they put in all of these effects that you have to avoid. It's the boss... I really enjoy the game. The boss designs, which everyone says, oh, they're the heart of the game, are just terrible.
I cannot do that. Fools. Fools. No! I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I can. I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
The noise factor on the boss fights and the reaction time, it's like you have to get into this exact spot, but while you're doing that, don't stand here, don't stand here, don't stand here. Like, so this wand has got one rank of the thing I want, but I'm still going to use the Rune of Removal to try and get this. Didn't get it, got it. So all that for one shard. The reaction time needed is just deliberately so small while there's so much visual noise going on. It's just Drought's Release. It's just a little messy. Actually, it's a lot messy. Yeah, yeah, that's my problem. It's like, how are you supposed to be able to see what's going on?
I cannot do that.
I am not clear on how you're supposed to be able to follow what's going on.
Yes.
And doing one echo was not enough to recover. What I do want to do is come back here, grab this, put this in here, and upgrade that. Didn't slam the way I wanted. But there you go.
Fools. I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
I get one more shot. Yeah, it's I find it almost impossible to see what's going on.
Behold, the dawn of the black sun. My shadow will cover this world once more.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
My vengeance will be paid in ash.
I cannot do that.
This hate, this despair,
I cannot do that.
it burns within me. This world earns its freedom. Do you deny it? My shadow will cover this world once more. If it changes anything, this world is all.
Okay, so I'm running with crit strike chance, which is what I think I want. Now I need to look at a different page. Crit strike multiplier, apparently. %40 crit strike multiplier. Okay. Let's try that. Apparently that's what I want. Stop taking me to the Forgotten Knights. I don't give a damn about the Forgotten Knights. The one I'm about to try is the Stolen Lance. So let's see if I can find anything useful. I forgot. I have to hit the travel button. It's not like in Diablo where you click on the thing and then that's the portal. I actually quite like the fact that you click on the destination, it highlights the destination, and then you click travel. Because in Diablo, you're like clicking on it and it's like, I want to go there. No, I want to go there. No, send me there. And then sometimes it does it and sometimes it doesn't. And it's like, ugh. Whereas like highlighting it, have it highlight and then click travel, I think is really good. I don't even know what Sanctum of the Architect is. See, You should do this at 320 corruption. I'm barely doing 100 corruption. Why are you offering me stuff? See, 140 corruption. I'm literally, my maximum corruption is 106. Why are you offering me stuff? I am planning on doing that soon, so let's just pick that up. None of these are any good. This is the problem. They're all just garbage. It's like, this is the reward you can do to get some extra stuff. They're all just garbage. So even that 130 corruption, I just unlocked 106. I just did that. There's no real reason for me to ever run it again. I should look up what Sanctum of the Architect is. I have... What I should do... Actually, I'll head back to the end of time because I know where things are there. This game's been out for a while, but it was officially released about a year ago, but it was in testing for ages. It is actively being released. They're going to be doing a there's going to be a major patch coming out in April, which apparently is going to change a whole heap of stuff. So what I want is I want to go to my keys. I sort my keys, and then I want a Temporal Sanctum key. Which I've never been to. So I want to go to the Shining Cove and then see if I can get to the Temporal Sanctum. I'll have a look. There's nothing in here about there's nothing in here about the detail of the game effects. That's the sort of thing that they put into Diablo, not the sort of thing that they put into yeah. So I'm looking for the temporal doorway. Yeah. So every game seems to have its bugbear. This game, like where they do things to the detriment of the players. PoE, from what I can tell, has the big one of they don't, from what I can tell, they do not want to implement anything like a good quality trading system, which is in game. Because if you look at the number of people who talk about PoE, there's a lot of problems with PoE, and everyone is like starting to realize them. But if you watch people talk about PoE, they talk about, it's like, oh, I've got 3,000 hours in PoE. And you turn around and you ask them, it's like, so how many of those 3,000 hours were spent sitting in game waiting for people to send you trade whispers because there's no trade system in the game? And it's like, yeah. It's like, yeah. Like, a lot, right? That's the key I'm going to use. I don't know about that. It's like, yeah, it's great, isn't it? And it's like, you're not spending time playing the game. You're spending the time not playing other games so that you could potentially do some trading. Not really good for your players. And there's stuff like that, you know, PoE does that sort of stuff a lot. And I feel that PoE 2 is going to be incredibly guilty of the same thing. This game has the entrance to end game is pretty terrible. But the boss designs are all around this. The boss designs seem to be all around this concept of perfect placement with zero lag in the most incredible visual noise. I have to do rank 1 first. Okay. So, I go back to here. I'm not going to slam that. Do I have a unique with 1 LP? It'll probably give me one. Got a frozen IO with 1 LP. I don't know. I don't really care what I get out of it. I don't have anything good. We'll see what happens. Let's just run rank 1 first. And see what happens. Got to remember the dungeon. I'm pretty certain I remembered it though.
Upon my research. No matter. They cannot reach me.
That is. You stand against us. Fight. Is foolish.
So teleporting through different timelines. The big problem I had with this dungeon, if you have a look, I'm trying to go in that direction, and the doors are still locked in both directions. Sure.
Fools!
Enemies got slightly more runes, 20% increased enemy health. Sure, why not? Yeah, tell me about it.
How is this possible? Only I should be able to command time here. Unless...
I am a Time Lord.
Fighting me is foolish.
I agree. Fighting you is foolish. Just killing you in a one-shot. That's way more clever.
I've sent a full accounting of my... If only I could learn more. I can find a way to change our fate.
There is no fate but what we make for ourselves. That's pretty good. Someone should write that down. Harbinger of Stars is not the belt I want. I have a bag full of junk. I have a bag full of junk. Actually, it's not junk at all.
The Epoch. Finally, I will have its power.
Okay. Chains of Ulros. The belt I'm after is Strands of Souls. Which is not any of those. But these are 3 LP. Wow. I'm assuming the 3 LP one is the one that came up red. Yeah. Look at that. 3 LP. I don't think I've ever seen 3 LP before. And I don't care about it. I mean, I might put it in my stash for... That's just bonkers. Okay. That's one I didn't want to keep.
Fools!
I think the dungeon system is okay. I think taking so long to fight to the boss and then failing if you... Yeah, why not? I don't care. Which way do I go on? How do I explore deeper? Oh, with that. Okay. Now, this fight is going to be...
Epoch, I will have it.
Cannot do that. I
So much to learn.
Jewelry's Star Dial, which is not one of the rings. Oh, no. But only if it had tier 7 int on it, apparently. So this is one of the rings that I could use, but I'd want to put tier 7 int on the ring. And then it becomes a good ring for this build. But the spell damage is rolled low. Mana spent gained as ward is okay. When you use a movement or time travel skill, all stats on this item are doubled. So the roll on this was bad. I suppose the question is, do I have a ring with lots of int on it, and I do not. I just do not. So what am I slamming? I need something with 1 LP. Let's just do this to do a thing, if I can. Let's just do this on that, see what happens. So I put that there, I put that there, seal the cache, go through time, come here, and it got increased fire damage. Because it always gives you the worst possible roll. Always. Like, always. Always. So this is the way you upgrade your uniques that have LP on them. You run through the dungeon, you put them in, and based on the tier you are, it will pull off that number of affixes, or based on the level of LP. So I'm now in the Radiant Dunes, which I've already upgraded. Why can't I teleport back to the Temporal Sanctum? But let's go back to the end of time. But the weird thing about this is, I watched a streamer, they did a thing when the game was released of watch a streamer, and I watched a streamer who'd spent a lot of hours in the game, and what he ended up with was I think he said he over the time he'd found, like, if you've got 4 stats that will go on it and you're putting 1 on it, something like 80% of the time it will put the worst stat for the item. And it's that feel bad moment that the game just loves giving you, and it's like, what's the point?
Take care.
This game, like PoE, has a lot of feel bad moments in it, which seem to be deliberately designed to give you lots of just negative feedback. Like, you played the game, look at this thing that could have been good but wasn't. And it's just this real bad feeling. So I want another Temporal Sanctum key. And then I teleport straight to the Temporal Sanctum now. It's fine, Eric. It happens. I've got more likes than viewers, so that's fine. Now I should be able to do tier 2, which will allow me to slam 2 affixes onto the ladle.
More rats come to gnaw at the edges of my sanctum.
Because this is level 80, which is lower than the stuff I was running earlier. I love the graphic looks in this. I love the build design. I love the way that the uniques modify builds rather than just sort of give you more stats or anything. They really change playstyle. I think all of that is excellent about this game. I think the boss design is too fast. And I think the game is too visually noisy for the speed of the boss design. Like, way too visually noisy. Slightly more exalted weapons. Again, it just feels like the game has been designed for people who are young and fit. Merciless Pride. Nope. Reach of the Grave. Unfortunately, it looks like no, even though it's got good stats. The mana and increased mana regen would be great, but that is vendor trash. I'm going to check the shrine because I can. That has the lightning pen on it. Tier 4 of lightning pen. So what I do is I put that in here and I want to remove the tier 4 of lightning pen. Nope. Yes, you now go away. Now this was an explorer's shrine. Yeah, okay. Ooh, that door is there in both worlds. So I have to go round. Glyphs. Yep, great.
Such power. There is only one explanation.
I'm following a build guide. I like the mechanic in this dungeon of that you have to sort of change time zones to sort of be able to progress, but it does mean that the dungeon is not double, but it's larger than it would be if the map was just its normal size. Trapped. Which way do I go? This way. So the Dark Zweihander looks like it also has lightning pen on it. Rank 3 of lightning penetration. I want to get that. Nope. Yep. Bye-bye. Do I think I can do the Harbinger safely?
To the shadows.
Destroy.
Bloody nib.
I cannot.
This is not over.
It all makes sense now. The Epoch has finally come to me.
So those boots, armor and reduce armor damage taken from critical strike. That is a good... The rest of it is crap, but they have some forging potential. And then this has lightning pen. So I can literally just rune and removal this, get the lightning pen, and make it go away. Do I think I can do the mage? I don't want to risk it. If I die, I lose the dungeon. I'm not going to bother. Additional exalted items, 30% increased damage. And I don't know how to get to her the other way. I'd have to go all the way around. I'm just going to do this and hope.
I will have it.
I cannot do that. I cannot.
Still so much to learn.
Another Jorah's signet, which kind of makes sense, I suppose. Better stat rolls a bit. But I am here to take this out. Come here and gamble by putting my Mad Alchemist Ladle and this in. And what I want is the tier 6 mana and the increased crit strike chance. or the lightning pen. Anything except the stun chance. So I definitely want the 89 mana and anything, either of the other two, but except for the stun chance. 89 mana and lightning pen. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Well, that worked. That was an amazing slam. I just noticed I was about to level.
I cannot do that.
Why can't I pick up the Rune of Research? Because it was lagged as hell. Communion of the Erased is not the belt I want. Now that has mana on it. I need to turn the health into physical res, which is a real gamble. Can I turn the health? Am I going to be lucky and get physical res? No. So I'm just going to shadow that.
Yes.
View the Forgotten Knights panel? Why would I want to view the Forgotten Knights panel? because I don't care. Uniques are twice as likely to have legendary potential. Nice. This is the one I want, and I've got a long way to go. Yeah, it's hard to know, really. I am going to need to do another admin session at some point and get all of that sorted. But this is going okay.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
I mean, there's many things in this game I can't do.
I cannot.
I don't think either of those are great.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
I forgot to spend my level up point.
Fools. Fools.
Lagon is unpredictable. I was trying to protect.
Which is in Spellblade, and I'm spending another point in Arcane Warden. What level am I? 86. Getting closer. It is quite probable that when Cycle 2 starts, I'm not going to restart. I'm just going to play the cycle, but I'm going to play it on the Eternal Realm. And then I'm going to have to like do a whole bunch of cleanup, which I probably won't do on stream. because my stash will be completely ruined. And I got a dagger. Another knowledge of an erased mage. That one is crap. Cradle of the erased. Don't care. And Daggerat's Claw. Again, I don't think I care. Or do I? That looks good, but I don't think that's one of the items. Ah, okay. Daggerat's Claw is sort of the other item that you use instead of the Mad Alchemist Ladle. But I just slammed that onto a Mad Alchemist Ladle. Oh my lord, look at that though. Let me have a look at what he says about this. The guy who put this build together. Alternate option. The LB trigger allows us to instantly detonate our sparks, which is great for quality of life. It also gives base crit, negating the need for prismatic gaze, and gives us all res, which makes gearing much easier. It also gives a lot of ward per crit. But the Mad Alchemist Ladle... My Mad Alchemist Ladle... I really wasted that. I mean, it was a 2 LP, but it's like 48% more damage. Except... it's not 48. My rolls on that were terrible. So I got a great slam on a terrible item, but I'm going to put the claw aside because that's really good. Because that one rolled not terrible. I mean, 12 ward gained on crit with Frost Claw is good. 11 to all resistances is good. 40% spell crit strike multiplier is good. That may actually be better than the thing I just slammed and got great. 4% crit strike chance. But I'm doing okay for now. Whatever. I'm having fun.
I cannot do that.
I'll get a better Mad Alchemist Ladle, which will just never slam as well. Too much RNG. You have to get the item. It then has to roll with good stats. It then has to roll with the legendary potential. You then have to run the get an item which then has the affixes that you want to put onto the item with legendary potential. You then need to run the dungeon. You then need to, once you've run the dungeon, you then need to put the item in and hope that after all of those random rolls, you still manage to
I cannot do that.
get the right affixes on the item. It's absolutely insane.
I I cannot do that.
There is way too much RNG in this. Like, you want RNG in a game, but you finally get a rare drop that you like, and then you've got another level of random, and another level of random, and another level of random, and another level of random.
I cannot do that.
I think like ARPGs like this, particularly if they're season-based, a bit like what Diablo 3 did, should have a level of roguelike element to them, which is basically
I cannot do that.
with the
I cannot do that.
have it that everything you do actually progresses your character as a definite. So you, at the moment I'm getting levels and that's fine. I think the level grind down here is too slow. What? Oh, there's skills to spend, I think. Yeah, because I've got... Where does those extra points come from? +1 to lightning skills. I'm not taking that off. And I'm not sure where to spend those extra points. And this bloomin' guide doesn't tell me. Not clearly, anyway. Seems to be here. So I think this is a bit slow, and I think that doing certain things like blessings and everything should give you a chance to just increase so you can worry less and less about some of this sort of stuff. But that's just my opinion. Like, if you put the congratulations, you've put your 30 hours into the game, or you've just spent another 2 hours playing, you know, you get a couple of points of resistances on this character that are just there. They're not part of your build or they're not part of your gear or anything. Your character has just become inherently more resistant. You've achieved something, you've defeated this, and the goals shouldn't just be kill bosses. It's like, congratulations, you've killed your 1,000 scorpions, you are now 1% more poison resistant, or, you know, something like that. Just something a bit silly that means that you get rewarded for your playtime. Because seasons reset your characters. So you get resets every few months anyway, so what does it matter?
I cannot do that.
So what if your characters get too powerful?
I cannot do that.
And then it becomes more relaxing to play the game the more you play the game. There is the power creep that people play these games for. So those boots are potentially good. I'm way over on fire res. Crit strike avoidance. I need the physical res if I want to do something else, so that's not terrible. The movement speed is good, the intelligence is good. I mean, it would be better if the intelligence was the primary stat. On boots, I want, here's my boot stat, cooldown recovery. So if I could turn the crit strike avoidance, I can't turn the crit strike avoidance into anything. Oh. It rolled too well. So what I do is I shatter that. I get rid of the rune of shattering. I put this in here. I put in my glyph of hope. And I actually increase that and get some cooldown recovery. What have I got here? 0 forging potential, 1 forging potential. But nothing to really increase. That's got some forging potential. That's got some forging potential. And I could re-roll those, although the mana regen and the increased lightning damage, so nah. That's another one to potentially re-roll. So I could potentially on this one, what is it? There's... more intelligence, more elemental damage, more health, less necrotic resistance, but I'll take it. Intelligence is close to maximum. Mana is not great. Armor is good. Okay, so on this one, on chest, the poison resistance, I need a little bit, but not that much. So I could potentially... do that. And that used all my forging potential. This has so little forging potential left. I'll just stick it into the necrotic. Wow, this went ridiculously well.
Yes. Take care.
The thing is, I liked grinding in WoW. The difference with grinding in WoW, however, was you didn't get a reset every few months. And there were different styles of grinding.
I cannot do that.
I'm assuming it's the ward decay threshold that makes this good? But I'll stick that in my belt slot thing, but I'm not a fan of it.
I cannot do that.
I like a mix of things. There's a story game with some fighting elements that I bought last night. It's actually quite an old game. I can't remember the name of it. That looked really interesting because they said the fighting was always a bit of a surprise. So you would be doing the story and you'd be exploring and then something would potentially come out of the blue. And I quite liked that as a concept.
Yes. Take care.
I thought as a concept that was quite interesting. I'll do a couple more.
I cannot do that. Fools.
Bloody nib. Relic. No, that's not the one I want. But let's do that. Yeah, this could potentially be bad. I'm really just going to need to power up my shield to kill him and hope that my damage is high enough.
I cannot do that.
Tribo Electra, +2 to lightning skills. Tendrils with static orb, which I have no idea. I don't know if that's good or not. Before I accidentally get rid of it, I'm going to stick it in my uniques section.
I cannot do that.
Belt with 3 LP, okay. Harbinger of Stars? No, it's Strand of Souls I want. So again, this has lightning penetration on it. Advent of the Erased. No. And the Amulet. It also has lightning pen, but let's just shatter that one. So this can go in here with the other uniques. So,
Yes.
oops, needed to pick some stuff up, didn't I?
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
You're not going anywhere.
I cannot do that.
No, I don't think so. And that's got crit strike multiplier on it. But there's no way I'm using Fragment of the Enigma, so I'm just going to shatter that. Okay, great, thank you. I really like how the loot lizards just give you lots of shards and the potential of something else. I think that's very cool. And early game, we're giving you a lot of idols, because getting idols in the early game was pain. Transient rest. That sounds familiar. Yes, that is one of the sets of boots. It is good. 41% of current mana gained is ward when you stop moving. Physical resistance, poison resistance, necrotic resistance, and increased movement speed. Everything rolled badly except for the resistances, which had to roll maximum. It does have an LP on it. What do I lose? I lose more movement speed. Well, I'd lose some movement speed. I'd lose armor. I'd lose a crap ton of fire res, which I can't lose that much for. Maybe I can. What happens to my fire res if I take these off? Yeah, I'd need to get some more fire res from somewhere. My physical, my poison, and my necrotic would be way over. And this is the problem I have here, is balancing your resistances. You get something like this, you put it on certain ones of your resistances, like my poison would go way over, but in order to drop my poison, I need to take off a piece of gear that is actually really good in another way, and I don't have a replacement. And it's like, hang on, you can't balance. And it was around level 89 that it was like, I just can't get the gear with the right stats that I can put on a good piece of gear. Like, I get something like this and I can't put it on, because if I put it on, my stats are all wrong. I can't balance the resistances. So you get to the point where you get good pieces of gear and you can't use them. And I find that incredibly frustrating, because you just have too much of one resistance and you can't do anything about that. Why did that drop as something good? Like, that dropped and... Why is that showing? Oh, because it's a Circle of Fortune offhand. Right, that's me. Apex of Thought is not something I want. I don't want the bow. Let's just challenge this guy and get it over with. That's got lightning pin on it, so let's grab the thing with lightning pin. It's got 5 ranks of lightning pin, so I am going to try and removal it. I'm after that. No. Yes. Bye-bye. I had to stop playing WoW because of how addictive it was. Yes. So, about 7 years ago, I stopped playing World of Warcraft halfway through the Legion expansion when I realized that my health was being incredibly negative impacted because of it. And I don't regret stopping playing, though every single day I miss it. Did not get the lightning pin. Worth a try. Every single day I think, oh God, I would love to pick it up. But the good thing for me is the game has moved on so much that it's not the game that I miss anymore. They've recently started a new set of Classic, and I keep thinking, oh man, I'd love to go back to that. But one thing I'm aware of is the game is infested with bots and exploiters and mods, and again, it's not the game that I fell in love with anymore. So I'm kind of comfortable exploring other things. Mostly mental health. A little bit of both, but mostly mental health. Everything in my life was getting worse because of the game. And that was absolutely on me. So it's got 1 rank of lightning pen, so I'm just going to shatter that and gamble. I got it. Those get sold.
Yes.
And this gets put into my Circle of Fortune for Ascend.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that.
I'm not saying that I haven't had periods where I've been ridiculously addicted to other games. But nothing to the extent where it was with
No more.
with World of Warcraft. And I don't hold the game like, I'm not blaming the game for that. Like, I am frequently tempted. I mean, when WoW Classic came out in 2019, I logged on and I played it for a bit. And then I realized I was getting back into my same habits, and there were elements of the game I did not like. And a lot of it boiled down to, you know what? The botting problem? No. I do not like how Blizzard is... It felt like Blizzard was supporting the bots. And the more I... Like, I still watch videos about the game and everything because I enjoy them. But apparently the problem is just getting worse. And it's like, yeah, I can watch from a distance and enjoy that. Which is good because it means that I'm getting... I mean, it's why I'm glad people who do this exist, like streaming. That has an LP already, that has an LP, these all have LP already, so I'm just going to empower and let it get something randomly.
I cannot.
Hatred never ends.
Because it allows me to sort of watch the games that I feel I can't play. But I still enjoy playing games. Soulfire Bastion killed. Aurelius. Wait, what? There's something here that was shooting at. I have no idea what it was. Let's just get out of here. Oh, hang on. Interesting sword. The game I've been addicted to most in my life is Dungeons and Dragons. And the addiction was basically finally broken with 5th edition and is definitely destroyed with the latest edition. I looked at their latest edition and oh my god, it's bad. As someone who's been playing D&D since like the late 70s, mid 70s really, but late 70s seriously. Oh my god. Yeah, it's terrible. So a bunch of my friends who are even more avid D&D players than I am, like they've been playing D&D not as long as I have, but they've probably got more hours in the game, like particularly in the last 20 years. They got the new books and everything and we're reading through them and just couldn't believe how much they've managed to ruin the game in such a short period of time. It's just incredible. And really unfortunate. And it's seems to be Wizards of the Coast turning around and saying, look at all the money with microtransactions that computer game companies can make. And we want to bring that into our tabletop role-playing game. So they've basically turned it into a system to support they seem to have brought it into a system to support online play more than tabletop play. And then, because they want people to log on to their game system where they'll buy cosmetics and stuff for their gameplay. And then it's like, you don't understand your core audience. It's like, oh, there's more than that than addiction. Like addicted, I mean, we still do this because Felinae plays, but planning every element of your life around how it works. I mean, when we did our first New Zealand holiday, which was to go meet guildies, there was a significant amount of planning around how we were going to maintain our access to the World of Warcraft servers while we were over there. It was a significant chunk of planning into that. I'm so close to leveling. Oh yeah, like I'm avoiding Balatro like the plague. Because it sounds like exactly the sort of thing I would fall in love with. Like, kinda don't wanna.
I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I cannot. Fools. Fools.
I don't get to make my stunning shrine joke as much as I used to because of all the new shrine types, but I do like all the new shrine types.
I cannot do that. I cannot. I cannot do that. cannot do that. I cannot do that. Fools! I cannot do that.
To check these shrines. Assassins, completely pointless. Divinity, not actually helpful. Because I am about to leave. Ooh. Phantom Grip. I don't believe that is a ring I'm looking for.
Yes.
I was only going to play this for a little. Notice how successful at that I've been?
I cannot.
So I'm actually enjoying this build. So that's promising for me getting past 89.
I cannot do that. I cannot. Fools!
Oh, you do not want me to play bullet. I'm no. If I was doing Bellatra, I would not be doing it on stream. I'd be loading it onto my laptop as something to play casually. And you would never see me do another Sudoku.
Cannot do that. Fools! Fools! I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I can.
Okay. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think I am going to buy my next point in Arcane Warden. Mark off that I've bought my next point in Arcane Warden. I have a long way to go. So many levels to go. So I've made it to 87. Some of these stats are just terrible. But we will see how all this goes. And yeah, with that, I am going to see if I can get back to character selection. Gonna take a short break, have some breakfast, and then try and possibly finish Copycat. This has been another fun session. I've enjoyed this one. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it, and good luck throwing your lightning, I suppose. Like, does this make me the Emperor? Ian McDermott is awesome. Check out some of his other work. Thanks everyone for watching, and yeah, happy New Year's Eve. Yeah, I'll be heading out in a few hours to start the New Year's Eve celebration, so that'll be fun. Bye everyone.